More influential women will be gathering at the embassy of Bahrain tonight.
The women will be attending the launch of Face to Face in the hopes of discussing ways in which diplomacy can be more easily created through the voices of women. We're joined by Sister Jenna. She is director of the Washington, D.C. chapter of Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual Organization, and Harriet Fulbright, the president of the J. William and Harriet Fulbright Center. Welcome to you both.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And Sister Jenna, let's start with you and explain what this event is about tonight. The public can attend, but we want to hear what's going on and why this is such an important thing to be doing right now.
Thanks, Julie. It's the beginning of the launch of a conversation that we're hoping that will continue throughout the year and beyond that. And it all started when we met at one of our friends' house who's Iraqi, actually Zainab. And we were all just kind of thinking to ourselves in terms of how come we're all so different, but what is it that makes us all connect so well? And so from that, it led into this discussion and this coming together where we realized that the four of us are so different. And yet when you get us in a room together, it's one of the most amazing things to observe in the way that we converse with each other. So tonight we're going to basically share our stories of our journey and some of our views about how we feel certain intrinsic nurturing qualities can lead towards better diplomacy.
So women can rule the world, basically? It's possible. Dang it, we can do it
I am
by this
so
event
into
tonight.
that. I am so into that, without a doubt.
A lot of reading up on this, you talk about, and Harriet, maybe you could fill me in with this, spiritual universities involved in this. First of all, what is that? And is involved teaching meditation, basically?
Well, it's not teaching meditation, and both Sister Jenna and I do meditate and feel tremendous help from it. But there is an empathy that I think is created between us, and because of the basic set of values, which is so similar. Yes, we are incredibly different. I mean, I came from a totally different background than Sister Jenna and the other two women, but there's the connection was instant. I was totally amazed.
What bonds you all?
We were talking about the other day, and I mean, I hate to sound a little corny or fluffy, but I think it's love.
And maybe just understanding. I think there's a lot of misconceptions out there, you know, from where I come from where you come from, and I think people may have that. Do you find that when you get together with women, but by talking, you realize something? Of
course, understanding is very, very important, but I think there's something that you feel when you meet with someone. And if you can meet the person and meet the quality of the person and go to the core of the soul of the person, you'll find love. And when there's love, there's trust. And when there's trust, there's understanding.
But there's so much of that in this world happening in politics that I just think this is great what we're talking about it, and I understand it. But do you think it'll ever translate into world leaders and diplomacy and things actually happening?
Well, I mean, I, for instance, am working really hard now on something called the Global Symposium of Peaceful Nations. And this is based on something called a Global Peace Index, which is an extraordinary creation of an Australian who found a way to measure peacefulness and rank 144 countries from most peaceful to least. And we have taken 18 of those countries and pulled them together in an international conference to talk specifically about peace, how they came to be peaceful, how they intend to maintain it, how they intend to help improve peacefulness in their neighbors. This is an extraordinary first, because people don't talk about that. They talk about war, violence, conflict.
There's a lot of hate out there, a lot of things we have to deal with globally. So maybe just the conversation, as you said, a first step, actually.
That's
well, ladies,
exactly
thank you for coming in, Sister Jenna and Harriet.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.